Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Said Haru, and thank you for joining me for another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Now, I have been asked this question a lot of times, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, for like at least 9 months. People have asked me that they said to me that certain Aquarius, and certain other signs too, but a lot of times Aquarius have the tendency to be attracted to people that don't want them. Now, yesterday I was talking about, checking for people who aren't checking for you. But in this case, they particularly are attracted to people who are not into them and not into people who are into them. And the woman who said it to me last is an Aquarius, and she's like, what is that about? She's like, she's seen this. I've seen it. Other signs have done it too. And people are asking me, what is this about? And see, I have a theory on this one because Aquarius, especially, because I see this a lot with air signs, and air signs had a tendency to be all up here, really, really smart. And one of the things we do is we do little defense mechanisms and little tricks, to do things like we do things to like kind of manipulate situations. And sometimes I don't even think we know what we're doing. And I think this is one of them. I think this is one of those unconscious behaviors that air signs do. I think that when a person is specifically attracted to people who don't want them and not attracted to people who do want them, it is because, and somebody mentioned this in the comments, they have a fear of intimacy. They have a fear of intimacy, and they may have a fear also of attachment. Somebody mentioned losing their freedom. And I think that's what it is. And I think that we purposely, on a subconscious level, go towards lovers who do not want to be in relationship with us. We obsess over unrequited love, for example. Everybody knows somebody who's in love with somebody they can never have, or in love with somebody who doesn't see them in that way, or in love with somebody who's a million miles away. Everybody knows somebody that's in love with somebody or wants to be with somebody that's impossible. And I have seen this with Aquarius many times. And I think that that's what it is. I think it's kind of like a mind game that we do on ourselves, because if that person is unavailable, if that person does not want to be with us, then we do not have to give up our freedom to be with somebody else. And we can always say that, we tried, but this person didn't want this. Or we tried, but that person didn't want that. So I think sometimes when you see this, it's purposeful. I think it's an unconscious effort to stay free of attachments. So if I'm always into somebody who's not into me, I never really have to commit. And I really honestly believe that because I've seen it with myself and I've seen it with other people, them having like this interest in someone who is like either impossible or somebody who this, whatever the reason is not into them. I've seen this many, many times. And I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, Aquarius are very clever. I think this is on purpose. And I definitely do. And I think that, and I think that it's true in people who every single time they like someone, it's an impossible situation. It's like every time, you mean to tell me you don't like one person, one situation that's easy? Every time it's something difficult. Every time it's a struggle. Every time. And I think that's what it is. I think that it's our clever way of not really having to commit. You see? So if you know a person or you know people who do this all the time, really question that. If you're somebody who does this all the time, really question how important freedom is to you. How important is it to stay detached? Because if freedom and being detached are important to you, you're going to find clever ways to make that so. Even in the face of saying you want to be with somebody. You'll keep going towards people that you can never be with. And the ones that you could have something real with, you'll shy away from them. You'll flee them. You won't want to talk to them because those people have the ability to take from you your freedom, or so that's what your mind tells you. Because nobody's really going to take away your freedom, Aquarius. It's not going to happen. Either you're going to give away your freedom because you're going to choose to spend more time with this person, or you're going to make adjustments. You know, some Aquarius, I know Aquarius that make all kind of adjustments. I know one Aquarius that he was like, look, I cannot do this. I cannot live with my wife no more. And he has an apartment next door to where his wife lives at. They're still married and they're still in a relationship, but he needed his space. So he got his own apartment next door, directly next door. So I think that we'll work it out, Aquarius. You're going to have your space. You'll find a articulate, clever way of working it out. You will have your space. You don't have to stay alone or use these clever defense mechanisms so that you can maintain your freedom. So think about that. Is that you? I hope it helps. See you later.